Hey, Crystal. It's your dad. Thought I'd show you what I've been doing. There's some of those hose I've been telling you about. And they're all over the outside walls. It's been a job. Here, what we got in the attic. I don't know if you remember this place or not. Been a long time for you. There's some of the junk that's been collected. I don't know if I showed you this. I told you about it. I put all that insulation in there. Hard to see it. Kind of dark. But show you what the front looks like from the window. There's a flag. This was my window growing up. My window to the world. But anyway, I'll move on here. These things are still a mess. I haven't got them all straightened out yet. It's just been a job trying to get all this stuff straightened out. Got all the dishes. There's that dust that's everywhere. And I've been wiping it up little by little, but it's better than being 6 inches to a foot deep. There's all the dishes from the cabinet downstairs. So, yet to put those away. And here's more hose. Yay! All the way down. It's all the way down that stairway too. He had it kind of set up weird behind them walls. I had to figure it out. But anyway, here's what it looks like from upstairs. It's not air conditioned up here, but it is downstairs. I plan on running some vents up here since it's all insulated now. But there's what the backyard looks like. I'll show you the garage too when I go through the rest of the house. Like I say, it's a mess to clean up. It's not bad as it was. This is easy now. This is how I gotta seal off the upstairs. Oh, sorry. This is now my office. I still haven't put everything back. Still some dust on these shelves too, but I'll get to it eventually. It's not a high priority right now. But there's the hose I had to put there. This is the room you used to sleep in when you came up here to visit. If you notice, the paint's kind of peeling up the wall. Don't know why. Shouldn't do it anymore. There's my desktop computer I work with. And printer, and here's all my books. Studying for my CompTIA again. There's my little stuff. Kind of stuff I accumulated over the years. And more of my books. Pretty boring stuff, huh? There's the 3 toasters I got. I've got to put them back on the shelf yet. Like I say, everything's still a mess. There's what that blown-in insulation looks like. I noticed it when I opened the drawer. Get a picture of Grandma and Grandpa out that I put in a frame. And it's from their funeral. And that fell out. So, you can hear my Van Halen in the background. There's the blue bathroom. Yay! Not much here, it's a small bathroom. And here's kind of sort of what I've done with Grandma and Grandpa's old bedroom. I sleep in here every once in a while, but it's too compact for me. I got claustrophobic in closed in rooms. So I got all the Grandpa's flag and pictures and stuff to hang back up. So I've still got some stuff to do. There's that home entertainment center he made. TV works. I got Netflix on it, but not TV. I don't have one of those converters from digital to analog, or analog to converter, whatever it is. There's kind of the mess. This is just half the house. And here's the living room I've been telling you about. Yeah, I guess I'll do a back picture first. It's blue now. All the nicotine stains and crap are gone. There's a picture of Grandpa I put in there. That was his spot. Like Sheldon says in Big Bang Theory, that was his spot. And you see Grandpa's smile in contrast to Grandma's not so good smile. But it's blue now. It's pretty. Prettier. Front porch was a mess. Let me get the keys. I've been trying to straighten things out little by little. All takes time. I got some stuff to redo on the porch here too. Turn that down. Turn that down. There's the front porch. This is a deacon's bench that he had back there buried underneath all that stuff. One of these days I get time, I'll finish it. Not right now. And that's that swing that broke when you guys were swinging not too high. He fixed it, but he already had one and he had a place to put it here, so I put it on the porch. You see all the dust everywhere. He did some good work. Missed the old guy. Alright, I'll show you the basement. Yeah, man. This is the dining room. I changed the table around. One of the chairs, put it back in my office. This works out better. And Grandpa's cabinet, that bird's eye cherry cabinet, used to be over there. And Grandma's sewing machine used to be over here. I swapped it around. Just to give it a different look. There's more of my holes. I've yet to fill those in. It's a bit of a pain because it's that plasterboard with slats underneath it. And here's a hole that I fixed in the linoleum floor. I had some scrap that I found down in the basement, so they work. Here's the kitchen. Yeah, I need to put this orange oil in all the cabinets. They're so kind of messy. Let me turn the light on, you can see it better. Yeah, I remember making these, or helping put these up with Dad when I was a kid. Old Formica. Yeah, that's kind of outdated, isn't it? You still remember it though. There's a refrigerator. Well, of course, wow, it's gonna look. Oh, wow, there's a stove. Ooh, wow, there's a refrigerator. There's a broom closet Dad made for Mom. And show you in the basement too. I don't know if you remember this thing or not. Kind of deteriorated since I got water leaks. I ain't got it figured out yet. Well, I got it figured out what to stop it, but it's expensive. That's the door I had to take out so that I can get to where the water's coming in. And there's the wood burner. I don't know if you remember that or not. We never used it when you were up here because it was always warm. So I've kind of rearranged a few things here and there if it's not familiar to you. There's one where our leaks are right there. We got this stuff called Sanitrid. I gotta grind all the old waterproof off though. It leaks all the way over here at the base of the block. There's where it comes in the most, right there. Because there's a crack. I gotta seal that with concrete. And then seal it up with Sanitrid. There's a weight bench I had. I bought when I lived in Toledo. There's the furnace. There's some shelves I put in since Dad passed away. It just works out better to have things right here handy. There's a clean out right there for the wood burner. But that's why I got to get the waterproof stopped. Our water seeping in here. The furnace is here. Hot water here is here. Washer dryer. Before it ruins them. I'll get to it eventually. I just kind of rearranged a few things. I did have my office down here for a long time, but I put it upstairs. Works out better. There's Dad's recliner. Nobody wanted to sit in it upstairs, so I brought it down here and put the couch upstairs. I don't know if you remember sitting in Grandpa with you and him. Both you had those skinny butts sitting in that thing. I still remember that. I still smile when I think about all that. This is what I got set up in the basement. This is where I sleep, right here. It's quiet down here. All the freaking noise. Now they got blown in insulation in the walls, so it's not near as noisy. But that's how I sleep. Similar to you do. Low volume on the TV, but I watch Netflix, no commercials. And when the movie's over or TV show, goes the screensaver. Goes quiet. We turn this one on. There's my pack rattiness from computer stuff. It's not as much as it used to. I got rid of a lot of it. There's a freaking stereo there. It's older than you. It still works. But this is kind of the stuff I've set up. I don't know if you remember this bar that Grandpa made. That's something else, what he did. It weighed like 300 pounds. It took 3 guys to get it down here. I wasn't here at the time. It's a wet bar. That's another reason I want to get this water problem solved. You can see some of the water damage it's done. Here and there. Nothing super major, but there's a mold that it kind of causes. I spray it down with vinegar and this mold stuff. I haven't done it yet this year, but that's where the water just sits there and soaks into the wood, and then it creates what you see. There's the wet bar that he made. Anyway, here's full circle in the basement. Now I'll get you back in the garage. Oh, that's my little homemade antenna I made. Works better than them little clear TV antennas they say, or get you more channels than you ever had in your life. It's a bunch of crap. I bought a couple of them. They ain't worth a damn. They'll bound and I get more channels than they can freaking tell me they can get. Alright, we'll go back in the backyard. In the garage. Remember all this or not? There's a drop cloth I put on the floor for painting. There's the grill I used. They didn't use for 20 years. I don't know if you remember this little fence that he did. Better hold this thing so I drop it and break it. I got a picture out front. You can go in the backyard and garage. There's a rose bush. It's over 50 years old. It's already bloomed out for the spring though. Oh, we're getting in the sun. know if you remember this place or not. Look familiar? Just some of the work I've done trying to deter water coming in. These ditches, I dug those right under the gutter. The gutter's not big enough and it's only got one downspout. And it comes out this little hole right here. Over here. By the way, Grandpa made those handrails. That's the little fence he made he never could sell, so I put it up around the yard. There's the other ditch I dug. Trying to deter water coming in the basement. Hasn't worked though. All along here. And I extended the downspout out away from the house to keep from being up against the concrete. But it still didn't fix the water coming in. It's hydrostatic pressure. Water gets in the ground, comes into the basement. I put 16 tubes of that liquid rubber crap right along where the block meets the concrete drive here, thinking that was going to fix it. It didn't. It's self-leveling. But it didn't fix the problem. Sure you remember that swing. Oh, there's my firewood that lasts me all winter. I buy it early into February or March, and I let it season, and that way it's ready to burn by the time fall comes around. That's minor compared to what we used to do. We used to have both sides of the fence all the way up and down. Here's the playhouse he used to play in. Mainly use it for storage now. No kids to play. And I don't know if you ever, I'll go around this way. I've had to redo the soffit and all that stuff too in order to get airflow out the roof. Had to put some vents in. You couldn't do this when you were up here. This was all full of crap. I got rid of it all. And then this is stuff I've saved that I can still use. There's a gate up there I made out of leftover fence we had. Turned out pretty good. But I don't know if you remember this. At least they get to use the whole yard this way. Rarely did Debbie come by with her dogs, but that way they can roam all over. One of these days I'll get a dog. And there's my firewood boxes. I made those. So when there's firewood, so it doesn't get wet leaving it out in the weather, just put a tarp over the cover and just put firewood underneath here, keep it from getting wet, full of snow. See? I'm not as creative as Dad, but I don't know if you ever saw this. There is a pump under here. I don't want to dig all the stuff out, but he had a pump for water in the garden. I don't know if he had that working while you were here or not. This is a little shed he built on the side of the garage because he ran out of room for all the crap he accumulated. I've gone through most of it, but some of this stuff I'll get rid of eventually. But there's more stuff here. Until I get to the point I'm ready to get rid of it. You saw what it looked like. You remember. It was a disaster. No insult to Dad, but didn't need all that crap. There's the back gate. The door. There's the so-called driveway. We have an easement. If I don't cut the grass though, the other people that live next door, they'll never cut it. And we'll go in the garage. I don't know if you, I guess you remember, Dad used to call this shop all the time. I got a car alarm hooked up in here. So you hear the beeps, that's what it is. What people don't know won't hurt them. Got it hooked up to the doors and windows. Alright, let me get the lights on so I get a little better picture. Alright, there's a table I've been working on for getting stuff done. Unlike Grandpa used that bench over there. The picnic table's broke down. I'm getting ready to redo it. So I got several projects going on. But you couldn't even go through that way. A buddy of mine's got a lawnmower start. Yeah. Move that out of the way. But when last time you were up here, you couldn't even walk through here. I've still got stuff to go through, but it's not as bad as it was. You can even go down this way now. I'm still sorting through stuff, so here it has been almost 6 years later and I'm still sorting through crap. Unbelievable. There's different projects I got going on. Stuff sitting around. There's the truck. It took a while to get room for all that to come in here. The radial arm saw. The other small table saw. A bandsaw he never did finish, but Paul wants it. There's the 16-foot wood lathe. I got a cousin that says he wants it, but I haven't seen it. Seen him come back to get it. And then here's the bandsaw he did have working. Here's the planer. Not sure if you're familiar with what a planer does. It basically peels off a little bit of wood to make the wood thinner. But by the way, there used to be glass in here, but it was so leaky. I just took it out, put panel in it. I just let the glass up top so you have light coming in here. I do have an air conditioner though. I put it in the window when it starts getting outrageously hot. This is kind of the tour I keep telling you I was going to do. There's my leftover 6 bundles left over out of 40. 34 bundles in them walls. Sorry about the mess. I'm working on straightening it out. There's a bunch of stuff up in that loft. By the way, there's insulation in the roof now and in the walls. Where Grandpa never had that. It was just bare walls. There's a lot I had to do. There's the blower I put in for cooling down. There's a fan. So I got all kinds of neat stuff going on. There's a ceiling fan that used to be on the porch. I brought it back here. It comes in more handy. And there's all the assortment of things I have done. Straightening tools out, not including the drawers. So it's been an ongoing experience. There's some shelves I made. Haven't put anything on them yet. And then here's the little bathroom. That sure does come in handy. You'll laugh at this, but before we built this bathroom in here, we used to use an old coffee can and we'd pee in it and throw it outside. That's where every time I was down south I heard pecan. I was like, no, that's not a pecan, that's a pecan. Get the point? But I put these curtains up and re-insulated this. The ceiling in this thing was not insulated. The walls were, but not the ceiling. So in the winter time, that's the only thing I got to heat this place. Right there, that wood burner. In the winter, we close the bathroom door. There's a little electric heater here. That's how I keep all the paint and stuff from freezing. And that's that microwave your mom gave me. There's a coffee pot that's older than me. It still works. So when it gets real cold back here or I feel like making coffee, I got it. But there's all the paint and stuff yet. Wood stain. I got a lot of stuff yet. But there's kind of the stuff I brought from up at the house. There's a little thickness changes I had to do. We're trying to fill in them holes. It kind of varies. There's ½ inch. 5/8. It's just what I had to do in order to try to even close to even. Oh yeah, there's my computer where I play music, an old stereo Debbie gave me. Speaker 1, speaker 2. Does alright. Put my bike back here because I need the room in the basement. There's my little treadmill. There's a chainsaw. It needs work done, but I haven't had time to get it worked on yet. Here's what time it is. 5 o'clock. 10 till 5. But you kind of got an idea what I'm talking about. A lot of stuff here yet. Not as much as it used to be. At least it's functional. Before it was like, oh wow, you gotta move this around to get to that to move anything. Well, that's just the way Dad was. You know how he was. He looked at the stuff like gifts. Oh, yeah. We're gonna have some grapes this year. I don't know if you've seen those. Yeah, there's gonna be a few grapes this year. They'll turn purple around August. This grapevine and that rose bush out front that I showed you pictures of came from my mom's house. And that's how long that's been in the ground here. The rose bush up front too. You remember these rose bushes? They used to be over there. I moved to my house, dug up the rose bushes, replanted them over here. It just looks better, at least for now. They're growing like crazy, they're just not blooming much. That's what the sun does to the flowers, right there. Looks familiar? Not much in there. There's a little bit of stuff. I just haven't done much as far as where to put it. So I just put it out of the way so I can be functional. Anyway, that's pretty well it. Alright, I'll send this off to you. I'll try and put it in Facebook if it isn't too long. Have fun, enjoy watching it.